All right, this latest episode on Doom Patrol, the team actually goes to confront Mr. Nobody. They take the fight to him, and it appears that they may have defeated him a bit too easily, and it was nice. And when I saw that part, I was like, okay, they beat him, but I don't know, is it that easy? And of course it wasn't. And so, by the end of the episode, they thought they had defeated him, but they find out they didn't, and he confronts them. You can't defeat me, but you can escape me by telling, as long as Niles tells the truth shall set you free, basically. And Niles admits, the big secret is that he is the one who caused the accidents that turned them into freaks, that messed up their lives. And so I guess his gambit is he wants to... I think that Mr. Nobody's big thing, it's not so much about the Doom Patrol as it is about Niles Calder. Like, he hates Niles Calder and he wants to destroy his life. And one of the ways to destroy Niles is going to be to make his children or his buddies or whatever, the Doom Patrol, turn on him, right? Because up until this point, the Doom Patrol characters, for the most part, they like the Chief. I mean, well, they do. They try to save him. They try to rescue him. He's the one who took them in and, helped them rebuild their lives or start new lives after their tragic accidents. They feel like they owe him. They have allegiance to him. And I think Mr. Nobody wants to destroy that by exposing him. I think he wants to ruin Niles Calder's life, and he may have done it by, forcing him to admit, what he's done to the members of the team. Now, as you probably know if you read the comics, and if you watched other videos I've made in this channel related to the Doom Patrol, that's, that's true to the comics. Niles Calder does cause the accidents that turn the Doom Patrol into the Doom Patrol, the members that mess up their lives, the things that destroy their lives, their careers, but also give them powers and make them freaks. That was a retcon to the character. Originally, the character, their accidents had nothing to do with him, but he found them and took them in as charity cases. Because Niles Calder's always had a thing for, oddballs and weirdness. But later writers changed it. Grant Morrison changed it and made it so that he turned the Chief into a sinister character. It was a retcon where the Chief, in this mad scientist kind of thing, wanted to destroy people's lives as an experiment to see if they could come back from this destruction and these characters to become better, more people, sort of, kind of. It was psycho logic or anything. It was crazy man logic, which is why, the Chief became kind of a villain later on and more of this weird, messed up character. And that's a characterization of the Chief that has stuck in the comics until today. And they've kept it for the show. I was wondering if the show was going to go there, and it was. I thought that they would say that for season 2 or something, if they were going to do it, but nope. It's going to be in the penultimate episode of the first season. And I looked on the DC Universe, website and the promo blurb for next week's episode, the season finale. And I think the paragraph read, the Doom Patrol goes their separate ways or something like that. That was part of it. So I guess this revelation is going to destroy the team, as, Mr. Nobody expects, which is why he's done it. But I'm wondering, why does the Mr. Nobody hate the Chief so much? They haven't shown us that in the show. Why does he care about, menacing the Chief and the Doom Patrol? What's his goal? What's his plan? So I assume we'll find out next episode. And I wonder if Mr. Nobody is going to be a villain who will be defeated, or if, I don't know. I'm wondering what will happen with him in his final episode in the Doom Patrol. If he'll be like Magneto or something to the X-Men. Like, he'll be this ongoing villain that they encounter every now and then and have to figure out what to do with. Because, I don't really know how they're going to defeat him. Unless the show makes it so that, he lets them go. Because, he can't kill the Doom Patrol. There would be no more show. But he's so all-powerful. In this episode, they thought they had defeated him, but he was the one pulling the strings all along and still is. So I'm wondering, in the season finale, what's going to happen with him and how they will get away from him. If he'll let them go as he said. But again, that's probably BS. Now that the Chief has told them the truth, maybe that's his victory. The team will turn on the Chief and he'll be so satisfied. He'll be like, I'll let you go. I got what I wanted. I wanted the Chief to be knocked down a peg, and it worked. Maybe that'll be it. But, and then he'll come back and menace them later for some other reason. But, I do think that Mr. Nobody is too all-powerful. He's like a god on this show. And I think that they should make it so that the Doom Patrol, at least at some point, has a way to actually fight him and be equals. Maybe that'll happen in this next season finale episode. But as it is now, I'm kind of like, so that's it? He's just this powerful god person they can't do anything against? Okay, if that's how the show wants to go. But, there is one more episode, and I have faith in the writing team. I don't know. I mean, I'll still watch the show. It's not like if, Mr. Nobody is this all-powerful god who can't be defeated, I'll stop watching. I will still watch. But, I do like the heroes being not... I don't like it when my heroes are completely powerless to do anything. It seemed like they were making some inroads when Rita was making her own narrative, her own narration in the white space. I like that. I was like, okay, so that's how they'll defeat Mr. Nobody. It's going to be some weird kind of psychological thing where they have to take control of their own lives and have confidence. Okay. But that didn't work because he still got the upper hand near the end when he impersonated Cyborg. So I'll also be curious to see which members of the Doom Patrol will the Chief have ruin their lives. Because of the ones on this show, in the comics, the only people he did that to were Robot Man, Elasti Woman, and Negative Man. But on the show, I'm wondering if they're going to make it seem like he was the cause of Crazy Jane's powers and Cyborg. I think, they already pretty much said, he's involved in Cyborgs on the show. Victor Stone turning into Cyborg, because this episode was also the revelation of what happened between him and his mother and his father, which is just going to continue, Victor Stone's relationship, friction with Silas Stone, their dysfunctional or, problematic father-son relationship, and the Chief was involved with that. But they haven't said too much with the Chief. We'll see if the Chief had anything to do with making Jane crazy or giving her powers, because in the comics, he didn't have anything to do with her. Her origin had all to do with the Dominators, a race of aliens, and a gene bomb. And she was also sexually assaulted by, people. Nothing to do with the Chief. So I'm wondering if in the show they'll have the Chief actually be the reason why she got her powers too. I think they will, because the Doom Patrol doesn't have any, aliens on it yet. Do they? They've had, so maybe they've had people from other dimensions, but no aliens. So, I think that they'll make it so that the Chief ruin the lives of every single member of the Doom Patrol on this show right now. That's, in the main cast. Except maybe for Flex. Flex Mentala wasn't there. Where is Flex? He put them into the white space, but after that we didn't see him anymore. Maybe Flex and Danny will be the key to defeating Mr. Nobody in the final episode. Because they aren't there in his white space world. So they're saving Flex for something. So we'll see. Intriguing. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.